Hello, thank you for your time. My first question is about the love story between the tiger and Pi. You often portray in your films tormented and unique love stories, and I think that the one with the tiger is one of the most unique you have ever portrayed. So is this what attracted you first to the story and to the novel?
The love story between him and the tiger is something that come later in the process. In the making, actually, if you call that a love story, think about one of the character out of the two is mostly CG.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't see the realization of it until like two years into the making. So it's a strange love story, but to me, the emotional weighs on the fact that it's a unrequited love story. Pi loved the tiger. The tiger has emotion, but it's not human emotion,
Mm-hmm.
so it's its own thing. It seems like they have a relationship for the time being, but when the tiger sees the jungle, he's gone. It feels like he has no feeling for the tiger, for Pi.
Talking about the CGI tiger, you set the bar even higher than you did with the Hulk in the CGI world. I mean, so why do you keep working on project with such complicated, elaborate special effects?
I'm not a special effects guy. I'm dramatically trained. When I do something like that, first of all, the material intrigued me. I want to take that big endeavor. But I think it's also helped me as a filmmaker because it's forced me to visualize something more internal, something abstract. I think after all, I'm still doing drama.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still doing human feelings and the story relate to human emotions. But to visualize them in an extravaganza way or a strongly CG creation, it just opened up, at least visually, the chance of doing drama.
Mm-hmm. So I saw Life of Pi as a kind of a realistic fairy tale in some ways. Do you agree with that? And why were you interested in a fairy tale?
I think it's in the book. Fairy tale, in a way, is fantastical. Like, if Pi tells you a story that's fantastic, that's one thing. But everything he tells you is fantastical. I think it's wonderful. But on the other hand, it's realistic. You cannot prove, even scientifically, he's wrong. You just find it hard to believe. It really pushes you to limit to examine what storytelling is about, why we need to hear stories, why we need to tell stories. I think by and large, life doesn't really make sense. It's like the number of Pi that just goes on and on its own way. I think as humans, we make an artificial effort to give it a structure, a story, and a wisdom at the end. So in some ways, we can communicate with each other. We don't feel lonely. We feel like there might be some kind of meaning to our existence.
So you actually agree with, because I read somewhere that Barack Obama wrote a letter to Martel,
Yeah.
and he described Life of Pi as an elegant proof of God and the power of storytelling. So you agree with that?
Yeah, I go with that.
So you've been
it doesn't prove God. It's like to have a little bit of discovery what God is about.
Uh-huh.
What is the God in us? How we relate to God. It's hard to say what God is, or let alone to prove it. I don't think it's a proof to God, but it's prove the need for us that we need God, one form or another.
So you've been to China, America, India, and now you've been in the ocean too. Why do you keep exploring the world like that?
To explore the chance of storytelling, of different kinds of stories, for the sake of exploring, not just exploring different, but just once I found a project that I have a lot of curiosity, that kept me going for a year or two in the making to fulfill my curiosity. I don't need to find the answer, but I need the act of searching.
A quick question: what was the poster in your room hanging on your wall when you were a teenager?
I'm not a poster hanger as a teenager, but I do remember just a flash. when I grow up, there's many years I hang this guy called Refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
It's a linebacker in the Chicago Bear football.
Okay.
Huge, big, strong man. I found this fun, and I put on my wall.